bright, intelligent, beautiful, ambitious, girl with a beautiful future, with extremely marriageable, fun-loving. That's how I have heard others describing me when I was growing up in India. One day, suddenly all of that changed. I was given new labels that I was not used to hearing from myself. Girl who has no value, who has no life, who should be disposed of. Unintelligent, burden, dependent, unemployable. And all that because I acquired a spinal cord injury at age 22. I was new to Canada only for 3 months when these new labels were used by society and others to describe me. I'm Meenu Sikand. I migrated to Canada in 1986. And soon after migration, I acquired a spinal cord injury. So that changed the whole purpose of my life. I came with a lot of ambition, a lot of dreams to finish my master's in science and be a productive member of Canadian society. And then suddenly when I woke up in the hospital with a spinal cord injury, the life took a stop. So during my 1-year stay in the hospital, I really think through what type of life I want for Meenu Sikand. And I did not want to think through what medical staff, what society, what others want for me, because I saw a lot of negative examples. People were told their life has no value or they will be dependent, and I saw a lot of people living life like that. But somehow, perhaps coming from a culture where I came from, or with my own family support, I somehow believed that I have not changed. I still have the same capability as I had before acquiring a spinal cord injury. And whatever was in my power, I was going to exercise that power to make sure that I do still achieve my dreams. I think the beautiful part of my disability journey is learning to find solutions every time a problem arises. And I think this coping mechanism become a second nature to me, because barriers were constant. Barriers are still constant because we do live in a society which is not seeing people with disabilities as full human beings. And that's what I saw 30 years ago. I think I just unconsciously probably made a promise to myself that I'll make sure that I'm not hidden away somewhere. But I also wanted people to see me as I am, as a person. And I think I wanted to be part of the community, even though I have disability, even though it may make some other people uncomfortable seeing somebody on a wheelchair. And over the years, I think that has become a habit or a unconscious rebellion against society, that I am part of you. I am here, even if I am the only person in that gathering who has a disability and requires accessibility. So maybe sometimes that is the reason that I'm always out and about, because I think I belong here. I belong in this community. I belong in this society. I'm part of it. For a number of years after acquiring my injury, I stayed away from my own community. My background is South Asian, but the attitudes that I saw, the devaluation of my own life I saw in their eyes, kept me away from them, until one incident when I saw a young Canadian girl who was murdered by her own father. Really scared me in the night time, because because I thought, if a Canadian parent who knew all the support services available to him still decided to conduct a compassionate murder, that's what they called, then what would my own community do if they have a child with a disability? And I think I owed to my own community that much support and that much education, that in Canada, our new homeland, where disability is not end of life, I defy society's label when they were given to me, simply for the reason because standing or sitting, I was the same person who has graduated with honors as a Bachelor of Science, who later pursued her master's degree, who is employed for last 30 years as an accessibility professional. I volunteer at least 20 hours a month. My life has come a long way from that one night when I woke up in the hospital and I knew that I will never be able to walk. I just walk differently. I run on my own pace. I live my life on my own terms. I travel. I have traveled to almost 20 different countries for recreation, but also educating others so they will have skills and abilities and environments that will enable them to live a productive life like I have been living. I'm a mother of a 15-year-old. I'm a daughter and caregiver to my mother, who is elderly now. I am a wife, and I'm a friend to many. I'm a mentor. Is my life worth living? Yes. Is my life worth living on my own terms? Of course, yes again. My human value is recognizing diversity of all humans, whether it's a diversity of a culture or diversity of our abilities. And my contribution is to create environments that enable all of us to utilize our diversity to full potential and create a better world for all.